everyone, Jamie here with Sweet Pickins. Welcome to our home. I'm so glad you're here. So I really wanted some fresh flowers today. So I went and picked out some flowers. They did not have a great selection today, which I was actually kind of surprised. So I picked out these purple daisies and they're gonna be fine. They just don't match really the container I'm going to use, but we're gonna just make it work and it's really not a big deal. So I know I've done a video on how to keep your fresh flowers longer. That is not what this video is going to be. This is going to show you another way to put maybe your flowers in a container that you don't want ruined. All right. So some people have wood vases. It's the outer shell of the wood vase. So you could put a glass vase inside. So you can pretty much use any vessel on the outside, even if it is not waterproof, if you put a vessel inside. So I have this vintage pot. This is a vintage tea kettle. No lid, the lid is gone. I picked this at the vintage market and I really like it. It's got the red, the white. You can see it's really chippy peely. It's you know, had a long life. So it's already rusting out and I don't want to add to the rust. And I really don't want the rust getting in my flowers because that will make them not last as long. So we're gonna use this container. Again, pick any container. If you have a container that you just really don't want to put water in, but you like it for flowers, what you need to do, I'm just using a drinking glass. So really super simple. A drinking glass absolutely will work for this, or if you have another vase, you just want it to sit down in. So you can see this one sits down in and you cannot see it from the top. So I do it the same way as I normally cut my flowers. I cut the stems off. Now this you'll have to be a little more, depending on what kind of vessel you're using, because obviously look at how tall these are. That is not gonna work. We're gonna have to take a significant amount down on these stems in order to really make them work. So even that is still probably not enough. I don't want to get too short because you guys know every other day I just cut a tiny bit off, like 1/4 of an inch, add fresh water, and it absolutely, these will last me probably close to 2 weeks. So I think this is where I want to be. So if you're using a vessel, just kind of plan it and see. This still may be a little too high, so some of them I may even make a little shorter. Remember, always cut at an angle. These are super fresh because they are cutting very easy. You can feel the water in the stems. Georgie? No, thank you. Okay, so they're very pretty. They just don't quite match. So remember, I use lukewarm water and I use a teaspoon of sugar. I've already mixed the sugar into my water. And I'm gonna put this almost to the very top. We're gonna throw this in and kind of look at it and see. I like my stems to be vary in height, some taller than others. And so once I get them in there, if I wanna trim a little bit down, I will. Okay. So this already has this little bow on it. It came with this little bow. It's red, white, and blue. The bow is blue. That's why I really wanted some white flowers. But see, this still looks super pretty. So you just zhuzh them up how you want. This container is not going to be compromised or get rust, any more rust than it already has. And it's already full of rust, but it's not going to get worse and the rust is not going to get in your flowers. So you're going to have them for a really long time. Remember, I change out my water and I do the sugar method. I trim 1/4 of an inch off every other day to prolong them. So you can see, so it's just finding a really cute vessel. Now, if I had a cute wood box, I would do the same thing. I would just find a cup that kind of fits down in and it will look so pretty. You can always remember too, you can always do ribbon around it or a twine. You could do a bow. There's so many things you could do to zhuzh this up, but honestly, I think this is just perfect the way it is. So I'm gonna put it here on the table, get everything set right in the middle, the glass right in the middle, and you will never know that these are not inside this vessel. So that's all I wanted to show you guys. So guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me always. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Sweet Pickins Reno, Pickins Reno. And then we do have a website, shopsweetpickins.com. I'll see you guys on the next video.